Hello, today I'm speaking to Jeremy Light of Accenture, and of course we're going to be talking about EBADay. So in the next few weeks, anyone interested in European banking and payments is going to be descending on Edinburgh for EBADay. So what are some of the key themes that people are going to be talking about at the show?
Well, it's my sense is that there'll be three main topics. One is intraday liquidity management. The other is the SEPA end dates and the migration, or the full migration to SEPA. And thirdly, mobile payments. And I also sense that perhaps some of the UK banks will discuss local issues such as account switching and the ICB's recovery and resolution plans for payment operations.
Why are these themes critical?
Well, taking each in turn, first of all, with intraday liquidity management, it's a big issue that is largely unrecognised by many banks. To put it into perspective, here in the UK, about £200 billion flows through the CHAP system each day, and in Europe, about 2.3 trillion euros flows through Target 2. And the banks have to post billions in collateral to support those payments. But the issue is that many banks see or treat collateral as a free resource in their payments operations, but it isn't. It's costly and it's scarce, particularly in this environment. So we see there's a big opportunity for banks to manage their intraday liquidity and their collateral much more efficiently and effectively, particularly using techniques that have come from, that are used in investment banking, thereby reducing their costs and also improving systemic stability, because if you manage liquidity, intraday liquidity and collateral more effectively, it's much easier to manage during stress conditions. Coming to SEPA, there are 2 points. Firstly, there's a big difference between being compliant for SEPA and being ready for full migration, and there are many banks that still have a lot of work to do over the next 20 months or so to get ready. The second point is that corporates are starting to ask for SEPA services, and those banks that are ready with SEPA services have an advantage and it's an opportunity, and those that are behind, there's a threat to them. Now, coming to mobile payments, I think the issue here is not really about mobile payments, it's about digital commerce. And my view is that digital commerce is about enabling accounts to be used for payments over the internet, at the point of sale and over the air, using the mobile device as a sort of remote control for controlling those payments. And those banks that don't enable their accounts in this way risk just seeing their customers use them as dumb accounts to shift funds into other payments accounts that their competitors are offering that do have those capabilities.
So how should banks really be addressing these?
Well, these are three fairly diverse topics, but each of them is strategic, and I think this is the key point, is that payments is a strategic issue requiring top-down and board-level leadership. As an example, if you look at the London skyline here, it is changing. There are a lot of big projects such as the Shard behind me that is being built. And likewise, within the payments arena, the payments landscape is changing, and it requires a top-down holistic approach. So taking each in turn, liquidity management, banks need to have an enterprise view of their intraday liquidity across business unit and operational silos, and to have an integrated intraday liquidity and collateral capability that is automated. Coming to SEPA, banks need to have a single program covering all business units, retail and corporate, and a common solution for all of them that encompasses not just the payments processing piece, but also the channels, particularly the corporate channels, in order that they have a holistic offer for their customers. And then thirdly, coming to mobile, what banks need here is to have a single top-down strategy that covers current accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, debit cards, so that they are competing with a common mobile proposition in the marketplace for transactions, rather than as what I'm seeing in a number of banks where they actually have competing propositions within the bank competing for the same transaction. So I think the key message here is that payments requires a holistic strategy, and it requires an industrialized approach to execution. And both of those require board-level leadership and board-level direction. And what I like to see is this is one of the key messages that comes out of the EBADay later this month.